Yeah, hi, I'm Paul Archer. That's paularcher.com. I've been working with a client today, been exploring some new ways of helping them to cross-sell. The situation is they have a telephone call handling set up with a number of people who take calls from the general public and from customers. And they want to sell more products and services to those customers, which makes total sense. So I've come up with my 7 principles, my 7 strategies to help you to sell more products and cross-sell to your customers. Number 1, you can't start talking to people about products and services unless you break the ice. It's so important when you're listening to salespeople or call handlers on the telephone, because customers have got a query they want handling. Of course they do. And it's so refreshing to hear a call handler who has a sense of humour, is a little bit jokey, a bit humorous, without being over the top, of course, and has a warm smile and breaks the ice with the customer, gets them talking as quickly as possible. It makes the process of cross-selling so much easier. That's strategy number 1. Number 2 is your voice. Now, we know the thing about voices, and voices should be warm, good pace. And people bang on the drum about these things, but it's so important. When you hear a call handler on the phone whose voice is completely not the same as the customer's, too quick, not interested, has that sort of disinterested tone, you can tell a mile off they're not getting on with a phone call. Now, the ones at work have great voices. They have warm voices. They match the customer's voice. They match the pace, the positivity about the voice, and there's a warmth. There's kind of an extra special something about the voice that the person uses, and that's so important. Strategy number 3 for you is quite a simple one, really. You've got to answer the query first. Whatever the customer's phoned up for, you've got to handle that situation. If it's a problem, you solve it. If it's a query they've got, you answer them. And only then do you have permission to then move on to actually cross-selling. So don't try and mix the two together. It doesn't work. Handle the customer's query first, and then you can use various techniques to open them up to get them talking. That's number 3. Number 4 for you is what I like to call the inner game. I call it the cross-selling inner game. And there's 3 or 4 things that you need to be thinking about. Inner game's how you think, of course. There's 3 or 4 things you need to be thinking about. First of all, you need to have some positive beliefs about the job that you do. If you weren't recruited to sell, then get over it. The fact is, companies have to nowadays. No, seriously, don't think about selling. Have a better or greater higher purpose. A friend of mine who had to go through starting to sell, and she was always complaining she was never recruited to sell. Her higher values, her higher place is that her customers need good products and good services. And if she doesn't sell them to them, then they'll buy them from somebody else who might turn out to be a shark. And this actually drives her, which is really, really cool. She actually helps the people by doing that. Another person I met, his higher place was he likes to show his technical knowledge and experience to customers. Hence, he gets talking about different products and services. It doesn't matter what it is, even if it's just as simple as helping customers. Selling, for example, comes from the Norwegian word selge, which means to serve. All we do is we're serving people. Your customers want good products, good services, believe in your products. If you don't believe in them, then nobody else will do, seriously. Believe in your products, and that inner belief will come over. So really have a higher purpose, really, when it comes to selling. And the last thing, of course, about... Sorry, just drinking my cup of coffee there. I pulled in at the garage to get a cup of coffee. The last thing really to think about is just make sure the coffee's looking good, is having confidence. It's the inner game thing. Confidence in yourself, in the fact that your customers will want to hear about the products and services that you've got available for them. So that's the inner game. That's number 4 for you. Number five for you. What's number 5? Number 5 is probably the most important one. Empathy. We know about empathy, of course. What's the phrase? Walk a mile in a man's shoes and you totally understand that person. Now, on the telephone, you don't have body language. You don't have the face, the eye contact, the windows to the soul. You don't have the ability to catch people, to talk to people, to break the ice through a face-to-face situation. You've only got your voice. So the best cross-sellers, they build empathy. What they do is they visualise the customer in front of them. Not just how they look, obviously that helps, but they visualise what the customer is feeling, thinking, understanding what problems they've got, what challenges the customer's got at the time. And they really try and get into the customer's mode. And that's true empathy. And only then do you actually get yourself to be a situation where you can cross-sell effectively. That's number 5. Number 6 for you, strategy number 6, is get permission to ask the question. Now, the one question is, would you be interested in talking to our financial advisor? Or, let me know your renewal date, please, so we can send you some insurance renewal stuff. They're the questions that you're going to ask at some point, of course you are. But you've got to ask permission first before you get there. Now, the best analogy is when you're out dating boys or girls, way beyond my life now, I'm afraid, but when you're out dating, you don't go straight up and drag somebody out, do you, to your place or whatever. No, you do the small talk, you do the chat, don't you? You chat them up. And that's exactly what you need to be doing here with customers. Get them talking, get them chatting. A question, for example, the favourite one of mine is if they've been with you for 10 years, and you can check these things on your computer. I've noticed, Mr. Brown, you've been with us for 10 years. What do you like about our company? It's a great question. It just breaks the ice, that's all. So you need a number of these things on the wall ready to go. Which comes on to the second, or say the last strategy, number 7 for you. And that is to be aware that you're multitasking. You're handling so many different things as a call handler. The issue, the computer system, you're putting people through to other people, you're handling with interruptions and disturbances and thoughts. So you can't multitask, you can't handle the query and cross-sell at the same time. So get your questions, get your rescue questions, get all your problem questions, get your product analysis questions up on the wall to remind you what to do. And as you're solving the problem for the client, and you hear those little triggers, the opportunities that crop up, and you hear these things, just make a little note. Don't probe at that point. Make a little note. Sort out the query, then you can start introducing the issues and the problems and challenges they've got, and cross-sell the product. So there we are. There's 7 strategies for you. Really useful. Hope that will help you. I'm going to hit the road now. Finish off my coffee. I think hit the road A14 heading westbound. Beautiful afternoon. I hope you're having a great day. My name's Paul Archer. That's paularcher.com. Speak to you soon. Bye.